Okay, we're here with Wesley Taylor, who, as everyone will recognize from, among other things, Smash, but from Broadway. He was in Rock of Ages and also The Addams Family. Why don't you talk about your journey here to New York?
Journey.
Your journey.
Well, I wanted to be an actor ever since I was a kid. My mom was a music teacher, so music was a big part of our childhood. We sang a lot, and I knew that I wanted to be a performer and I wanted to be in front of people. I needed attention. I needed affirmation, and I needed people to laugh at me. And I decided to take acting more seriously when I went to drama school, or I went to a arts high school, a magnet high school, and then I went to North Carolina School of the Arts for drama, and that was some of the best years of my life. So fun, so good. And then I moved to New York City, and I've been living in New York for over 4 years now. I have traveled a lot doing shows, like, and spending a lot of time in LA and San Francisco and stuff, but New York is home. And what was the question? So yeah, I moved to New York,
And you've been in high-profile shows. Like, what's it like coming to New York and starting off the bat in high-profile shows? I mean, you worked with.
Yeah, it was a rush. It just came so fast. I was on cloud nine for a while because things were happening so fast for me. It was overwhelming, but it was wonderful. Rock of Ages, I think I booked the national tour of Greece and had to decide between Greece and Rock of Ages off Broadway. And I read the script for Rock of Ages and I was like, this is gonna close in a week. It was because on paper it was just like poop jokes and white songs, and I was just like, New York is gonna be totally, this is way too lowbrow for New York City, and little did I know it was gonna get great reviews. Transfer to Broadway, nominated for a Tony, it just exceeded all of my expectations. And then, so I was thrilled. Rock of Ages was so much fun for me. It was like a playground every night, that stage for me. I was just able to do kind of whatever I wanted with that part. So fun. And then Addams Family happened, like I was double dutying. I was doing Rock of Ages at the same time as rehearsing Addams Family. And then I left Rock of Ages to do Addams Family in Chicago for a couple months before we came to Broadway. And that was a whole other experience. Just being a part of something with so much hype and so much anticipation, and stars and money, and yet it was not well received.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in that show for a year and a half, and it's a whole other experience. An experience I don't regret at all. I met some amazing people and got to watch Nathan Lane do what he does every day, and just great experiences.
Was there something that you learned from Nathan? I mean, you're obviously a funny guy on your own, so.
Yeah, but I grew up watching Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so much of his career growing up because I idolized him a little bit, and so I was so nervous when I first started. We did that first workshop before Chicago, this 2-week workshop in New York, and I just remember introducing myself and just feeling like I was gonna poop my pants. And he was very sweet to me. He kind of took me under his wing and kind of became a mentor to me during the show. And I think that if I didn't get anything else from the show, I was able to learn from his timing and his. No one knows how to the mathematics of a joke, the musicality of how to land something. No one does it better than he does, and so I just try to soak up everything I could from him.
And now you are starring on Smash. You started in the 4th episode and haven't stopped since. And Bobby's part has grown through as the season 1 progressed. What do you like playing the best about Bobby? I mean, I know that he does have a lot of similarities to yourself, but there are differences, I'm sure.
Yeah, I just love how confident Bobby is. I feel like Bobby knows everything. Whenever I talk about Bobby, I just like start to physicalize Bobby, but he knows everything, which can be annoying, but you know, for someone who knows everything before they've experienced everything, and that can be a negative, annoying trait. But there's something also really fun about his know-it-all kind of bitchy sense of humor that is just super fun to play. I also like how nothing is too consistent about his character as far as like who he's loyal to, or you know, he worships Ivy, but there's something about Karen that he connects with silliness-wise, and I love it. I love Bobby.
Now, going into it, did you realize that you were going to become a scene stealer, or is that something that worked out?
I don't know. I mean, I just do what I do.
You know?
And if I steal a scene, I'm sorry about it.
All right. Is it something that that you do? Not that you do on purpose. That's not the right way to phrase it. But is it something that you're working towards? Do you put extra work into a scene? Do you realize it's happening per se? Not that you're going into a scene to steal it, but do you know when something lands that you weren't expecting to land?
Well, no, because in TV you don't have an audience.
Yeah.
So I mean, other than the probably 100+ people who are in the crew behind the camera, but they can't laugh because it would ruin the shot. So I don't hear any gratification. I don't hear any instant kind of response to anything I do. So I have no idea what's gonna stay in, what works, what doesn't work. It's something that I feel like I'm learning more and more about because I'm fairly new to being on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I ever purposely try to steal a scene. If that happens, then I'm sorry about it.
Don't be sorry, do it. So obviously you're going to be coming back for season 2. What advice would you have to people who are starting out in the business? You've had a great success on stage. You have a great success now on television.
This question is hard because this is a hard business. It's a hard profession, and a lot of people say if you can think of anything else to do that because it's going to cause you a lot of heartache. And although it is very rewarding at the same time if you're successful, even if you're successful, like I guess I would be considered moderately successful, and yet I face rejection so often that you really have to grow a thick skin. So I guess my advice is be mentally prepared for the agony that you're going to go through. You have to be an actor. I feel like you have to have an incredible sense of confidence and self-worth, which can be borderline ego. But at the same time, you have to be you get knocked, you get hit in the face by rejection and by feedback, and this business can just kick you in the face over and over again. So you kind of have to go back and forth between the two. So that's not good advice. What is advice?
Well, do you use one of your other senses, which is your sense of humor? Does that help you along the way? You say that dealing with rejection.
I think people want to see you. I mean, that's such a trite thing to say. Be yourself. So that's not what I'm going to say because I'm smarter than that. I just it's more than that. It's just people do want to see the real essence of you. So if I have jokes to tell, then I don't hold back walking into an audition just because it's a job that I'm interviewing for technically. They want to see who you really are.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to play a really dramatic role? Do you have one in mind that you would like to do since you are so good at the humor already naturally?
My dream role is Iago in Shakespeare's Othello. I also would love to play in the musical Floyd Collins, I would love to play Floyd Collins. I would also like to play Konstantin Treplev in Chekhov's The Seagull. These are all dramatic roles. I'm good at comedy. Comedy comes naturally to me, but I feel like every show I watch on TV is drama. Like my favorite shows are HBO dramas. That's like my dream is to be like a series regular, really good part, really good show, really good script on like HBO or Showtime, and then like on the hiatuses go do a Broadway play. That would be heaven.
You think you could tackle like a psycho type role like with Dexter or something like that?
Yeah, I think that, I've gotten a lot of feedback when I don't get parts where they're like, we don't trust him. There's something really untrustworthy about him. He looks sinister. He looks too dark. There's something too edgy about him. And it's not like necessarily a bad thing. It can be very attractive, I guess, to have these qualities, but I miss out on a lot of innocent roles that need purity. Because there's something behind my eyes that they don't trust. So I think, I would love to play a creepy serial killer or something.
You heard it here first. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Thank you for interviewing me.